do you also see this same enthusiasm also in the rest of the world, or are people getting more used to dance music?
No, I think that in the rest of the world is seeing what's happening, and it like every scene kind of needs a place where it kind of starts and then it resonates out. And I think that's what's happening now, is it's starting to resonate out. I think this summer is going to be the year that it just like what's happening in the United States is also going to happen in the rest of the world. That's my opinion. You can already see it when I'm playing around the world. These new kids are coming in, younger kids are coming in with this kind of exciting outlook. So I think that we'll start seeing it in the rest of the world, in Europe coming up now. I think that what's happened is that a lot of the dance artists have focused all of their energies on the United States, and now as it starts spreading, that focus will now start shifting to the rest of the world. I think this summer is going to be a very big summer for the festivals and for the dance scene in the rest of the world, because like I said, now is the time where it's going to start spreading.
But is it also spreading because of more pop influences? Because well, you have David Guetta, you have Afrojack, having big hits.
Absolutely. It'll spread because of that, but at the same time, you know, one of the things that I've found with this new generation is they love everything. They love dubstep and they love trance. They will go and you see people coming from the Skrillex stage coming to the trance stage afterwards, and then they'll go to the progressive house stage. I mean, they love everything. They're just very excited. They just love electronic music in general. A lot of these kids don't really know about genres yet. They don't know the difference between tech house and progressive house and trance. They just know this is electronic music, and I love it.
Is it for you? Do you see the people getting younger, or is it just the same age, but is it just coming new people into it, or is it also getting younger?
Well, a little bit of both. I think that what we're seeing now is a lot of the people that we used to see in the pit, in the front row, are now you start seeing them around in the VIP sections, and then the pit, the front row, is like new kids. And then obviously, you always have your few hardcore fans in the front row as well. But what I'm seeing is that the VIP section has a lot of familiar faces now that used to be in the pit. So I think that's what's kind of happened is like the pit from the older people in the pit have kind of like moved over into the VIP sections, and then new kids are all full of energy and in the pit.
And how do you DJs stay fresh and new? Because like you were saying, well, hip hop has dominated for 20 years, maybe, I think from the early 90s, big global success. How do you stay fresh? You the people who make the music.
I think that you know what, it's about I think this is where passion really comes in. You know, obviously you're going to see a lot of people coming into the scene right now who are in it for the wrong reasons, maybe just for the money. If you look at 1999 and you look at the artists that are still here from 1999, there's longevity, and you achieve longevity through passion and a genuine care for the scene. Now these new people that are coming in will know in 10 years who's still around, who is legit, who was really in it for the scene, and who came and went. There'll be some of maybe the big guys who will be gone in 3 years because, you know, they don't have that true passion for the scene. But that being said, you know, listen, when I first started, I was doing pop remixes. I was playing music that, you know, all kinds of music, trying to just, you know, do what it was to please the crowd. And not until I kind of had moved to London and focused on who I was as an artist and what was inside of me, that's when my career really blew up. Now, you know, and I was close to being burnt out. I mean, I was burnt out before that point. So maybe, you know, and this is why I don't want to say anything, because maybe some of these artists who are not in it for the right reasons right now will suddenly be like, hey, you know what? This is not what I wanted to do when I started producing or I started DJing, and maybe they will find what it really is that's in their heart and in their soul and start to follow that. and then 10 years from now, you know, they're still around because they've, you know, kind of went more with their heart. So, you know, I think you know, we'll see in 10 years who's still around. But right now, there's a big changeover in the scene. There's new people coming in. Some of the old school is kind of adapting and being inspired. I don't want to say that the old people, old school, are, you know, changing their sound. I think that, you know, this new energetic, you know, era that we're in right now is inspiring some of the people that have been around for quite a while. And like, you know, for a while, I'll be honest with you, it started to get a little bit tired, you know, the music. It was all kind of the same thing, and it's like, where is this going? And now, there's just so much new energy in the scene, and it's really exciting.
Do you have an example of the new energy and how that is being incorporated right now?
I think with the tracks, the melodies, you know, the thing is, you know, people, like the norm right now is like 128 to 130 beats per minute, kind of like, you know, slow enough to where the bass lines can really breathe, but the melody is still on top of it. And if you sped it up to 135 and 140, like the old stuff from 1999, you know, it probably would fit right in with all the stuff from 1999. But I think it's just that whole, you know, more of a soulful groove and bass lines that breathe a little bit more, that just kind of like get back to the rawness of what's really special about this music.
You were saying London, that well, you were burned out, and then well, you went to London. What year was this?
That was right around 1999, 2001. I was in London, so I used to go and hear John Digweed play at his Bedrock nights, and then I would go to Fabric and hear Sasha play, and that's where I was like, yes, this is what it was. That it was like, this is who I, you know, these melodies and this soulful grooves underneath. Yes, this is what it is that I've always, you know, wanted to achieve. And then at the same time, I was also inspired by drum and bass. I love those really big bass lines. So I started incorporating like the trancey melodies that I've always loved, the more soulful progressive grooves mixed in with drum and bass lines. And that was, you know, development of my sound. That was what I felt really, really like passionate about. And that's how everything just blew up for me.